Hey guys, what's up? John Morgan here. I'm just going to share with you a concept I call baking the hot cake. I just made that up like in a second. I was like, I'm going to tell you about something and I have a name for it, and I didn't actually have a name for it. So I paused and I got the name. There it is, baking the hot cake. So what the heck am I talking about? So right now I'm at a hot cake. So this is an Airbnb in the desert in Joshua Tree. I rented it out for a couple days to give myself a weekend of solitude. You can see there's like a little building here. It's like the toilets and stuff, bathroom. A little building over there. It's just got a bed in it, little kitchen area. Some cactuses, kind of crazy tree with like shoes in it. I don't know why, but there it is. We got this old beat up car over here. These old tanks, these used to be water tanks. There's a trailer there that's I think still being worked on. Beautiful views. You can see the desert there in the background. So why am I showing you all this? Because this thing's a hot cake, man. It's a hot cake. What do I mean by that? Well, I was in conversation with my clients in Creator Circle this week, and I was talking to them about the asking game that we're playing in Creating School. If you're not a member of Creating School, get involved. Creating.school, click it. But we were talking about asking, and we were talking about their hesitations in asking people to buy their product or service. And when we looked into it, we realized there was a doubt in the value of their product or service that was holding them back, and they were afraid. And I said to them, honor your fear. It's freaking genius. This fear evolved over millions of years, billions of years. And you're gonna try to tell me that you should just push through it and ignore it? Nah, shit, no. That's wisdom, man. It's genius. Honor that fear. Now, by honor the fear, I don't mean pack up shop and don't sell your products or services. I mean, turn your product and your service into something that you actually feel is valuable, and then go ask people to buy it. Don't try to force yourself to ask them to buy it when you don't feel it's valuable. It's like, why lie to yourself and to them? And so then the question becomes, how do I create a product or service that's valuable? Do I just drop the price and then I can see that it's valuable? No. Well, what do I do? Well, what would it need to be for it to sell like hotcakes? All right, so there's where the hot cake comes from. So what would it need to be to sell like a hot cake? So then when you think about it that way, you start thinking about it through the eyes of the person who would be buying it. And that's a useful place to come from when you're thinking about value. What might they find valuable? Why might they find it valuable? What might it have to look like? And then maybe you'll see that it needs to change. Maybe you'll have to create something different. Or maybe you'll see that if you just did what you loved, what was actually the most honest, unique, spirited, passionate expression of everything that you would love, that it would be your hot cake. If you were to create something that was a pure expression of your uniqueness, how would I like it to be? What would I like my product to be like? And how would I like it to work? Well, at the same time, holding in mind, I want this to make a difference for people. You might find that you get the ingredients in such a way where it becomes a hot cake. So this place here, look at this truck. I don't know the guy that, created this place, but he obviously thought this thing was cool, and those tanks, and these houses, and he thought that was cool. And he also knows that there's things that people like he has little signs about the toilet paper and make sure that everything's so right and there's enough towels and shampoo and all the conveniences of home and the heater and the coffee maker. And he's got all these things in there he's putting there for the sake of the people that he knows are going to be coming. They would love that. He's created a hot cake, and then he puts it on Airbnb. And of course, it's always booked up. I got it quite in advance, but it goes really quickly and it's out in the middle of freaking nowhere. But because it's so special, in the unique way, because he put shoes in a fucking tree. I don't know why, but his uniqueness is expressed, and he has an attention to the things that actually matter to people who are going to stay somewhere overnight. The combination of those two things makes this a hot cake. It's hot. It's listed on Airbnb. They don't call it hot cake. They call it something else, like, I don't know, hot spot, something like that. But it goes fast. So can your products and services. So if you're afraid of selling because you're doubting the value, then take a step back. Bake that shit into a hot cake, both in the external changes you make and also how you represent it in your mind. How would you have to see it for you to see it as a hot cake? What would you have to believe about it for you to believe that it's a hot cake? Get that into your DNA. Live that. And then think about asking people to buy it, and it will be so much easier because you'll be asking them to buy a hot cake. Everybody loves hot cakes. Bake it up. My name is John Patrick Morgan. If you're not a member of Creating School, I'd love to see you there. Click the link and subscribe and join the community. We're having a live conversation every month in a 90-minute online class. We are also having a dialogue every month. We play a game in our Facebook community where we compete against ourselves and engage and collaborate with each others to grow ourselves through taking actual pragmatic action that brings the philosophy and the perspective of creating into our bodies and into our behaviors. Because one thing to conceptualize, but to take action is what actually makes it work. So if you want to fold these ideas into your state of being and your way of being, join Creating School, join the growth games, join me in the live classes, dip into the archive and watch all the past classes, get all the stuff into your mind and then get it into your body with action. It will change you for the rest of your life. You'll have more peace and more prosperity. I love you. Thanks for being here. I'll talk to you soon.